Yes. Hello, and it's good to have you join us again for your favorite program. This is Close Flow from NTA2 Lagos Network Center. And we are delighted to reach out to you because we know that you're one of our favorite, viewers waiting for us to, unfold who the distinguished Nigerian will be, that we are going to be, having some kind of conversation, some kind of investigation, some kind of recall on how the story of Nigeria can dramatically be altered, be changed, be improved, be renewed, be reinvigorated. These are some of the things we try to do on this show when we get distinguished guests to come with us onto this hour to fill up your quality time so that we can ask them their own perspectives, their own impressions, their own opinions, and probably their own apprehensions about how we are managing the space that is called Nigeria. So today we are here again, but this time around we have decided to do something that many of us may not necessarily think that is very essential at this time, at this hour, because it doesn't appear anywhere on the dashboard or on the windscreen of anyone or on the timeline of anybody, but yet climatic changes all over the world will be telling us that we may have threats along the coastal communities in Nigeria if you're not careful and if you do not prepare for it. So what are we talking about? So global climate change can bring what? Can bring flooding, can bring disaster, can bring threats to life and all that. So how do we mitigate it? How do we equip ourselves? How do we retrain ourselves to actually face that likely possible future? Are we saying it is just a threat or it's just a joke? Are we saying it is exaggerated or it is only being dampened by the fact that this is Nigeria, and Nigerian factor can always come into play? Well, I have with me here a young Nigerian who has decided to abandon his diasporan comfort. He's been living away from home for some years now and enjoying himself, feeling very comfortable where he was, but he now said to himself, wait a minute, well, I am a Nigerian to start with in the first place, and if I don't go back home and correct what is wrong about my country, then one day I'm going to be kicked out of here, and going back home as a diasporan will mean what? So he decided to take the bull by the horn and decided to come back home and say to ourselves, if we are going to have a threat to coastal communities or the lives of people in this country, or even just to improve the health lifestyle of Nigerians, then let me go back home. So he's back home to come and teach us how to do what? How to wallow in the swimming pool. Did you say that again? Is that really something new, something strategic, something big? Well, I don't know. I'm not a guest. I'm just here representing you. So I'm going to ask him all the questions, and then you're going to join us and ask him your own questions when the time is up. But for now, we have our guest with us, and my pleasure to welcome into the studio, EMEKA. You're welcome to Close Flow.
Please call me Swim Guru.
Okay, all right. He said I should call him Swim Girl.
Guru.
Swim Guru.
The master.
So the master of swimming. That's what he is. But are you just about swimming alone?
No, I'm about so many things.
Great. So, okay, let's wait and know about EMEKA, for instance. Let's see if we can have his e-flyer quickly, and then we'll get back to you.
Experience unlimited super-fast internet access from Entel 4G. Entel. Live more. Hey, beautiful, your eyes, your smile are all begging me to take you home tonight.
Now reading page 3.
Experience unlimited super-fast internet access from Entel 4G.
Entel. Live more.
A triple degree holder, an entrepreneur, a fast thinker, a life enthusiast, besides the fact that it's also very sporty. And so we are delighted to welcome EMEKA onto Close Flow. You're welcome to Close Flow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so let's begin this query, or let's begin this. Now, we are saying swimming can be a key contribution to a healthy lifestyle, can help us to define how we live healthily and become stronger persons, better persons. What exactly are you saying?
You know, what I'm basically saying with this is that if we adapt swimming as not just the typical Nigerian stereotype of the hobby for the rich, for doing selfies, for, you know, chilling with your friends.
Just at the beach?
And for cruise, you know, that's how we say it in Nigeria. So if we realize that swimming is a lot more than that, then we could start reaping the benefits of swimming. But the problem is that with my organization, Swimming One Day, what we're basically trying to do is to change the narrative and make Nigerians and Africans in general understand that it's not just cruise. It has to be taken more serious because it's a life-saving skill. It can really give you a healthier way of living. It gives you a high boost of energy. And if you have brain issues when you're growing older, actually swimming is not just something that works outside like other sports. It works within, and your mind and your spirit is affected. So swimming is known to actually heal dead brain cells, for instance.
Okay, I know all of you are watching. You have heard him. He has given you some kind of teasers.
Yes.
Okay, so don't be dead yet. Just wait a minute. You will get to talk to EMEKA, and then you can see. Now, but seriously, in some countries, for instance, swimming is considered to be, well, maybe in UK, it is regarded as number 3 fitness activity. That is, it's ranked number 3. In the USA, number 4. In some other countries, but in Nigeria, just like you said, it's only about selfies and going to cruise. So we don't consider swimming to be great for fitness. Is that what you're saying?
No, and a lot of people that know how to swim just do it and they say, I know how to swim. But when you dig deep and you ask a few more questions, they're like, I couldn't survive with swimming. So you know how to swim, but you don't know survival swimming. You don't know water safety. That's why even people that know how to swim up till today die in the swimming pool because they don't know water safety. So the Swimming One Day organization that I'm building is basically here to make sure that we do not take for granted the two most important things that we need swimming for, which is water safety and survival swimming. And unlike every other person in the world that teaches survival swimming in the swimming pool, what I believe as the founder of the Swimming One Day organization is that we do not do things like everybody else because everybody does it. I'm a philosopher, so if it doesn't make sense, I don't do it. So basically for us, we have something that is called a swim buoy or a life buoy that I tie around your waist after you've been declared fit to have a survival class with me. Then I take you to open waters. So I take you to the sea, I take you to the river.
Let our viewers follow you.
Okay.
So you are not just teaching them inside the pool. It is not just about that enclosure. No.
It goes further. We need to take you to open waters for you to do your survival class. Because what is survival? And why do you do survival? You do survival because there is no, you do survival class because there is a tendency that you could have an accident. And when you have an accident, you don't fall into a pool. When you have an accident, you fall into an ocean or a river or something that is a massive water. So basically, the concept for Swimming One Day, my organization, is that it's not going to be business as usual. We don't even copy Europeans or Americans. A lot of them do survival classes in the swimming pool. But what we do is that we make it a point that you already get used to that massive water when we are doing your survival class. So the first girl that did her survival class...
we'll come to that girl that did it and got a prize. No, we'll come to that. No, the important thing for us is let's face our viewers so that they can lock themselves into this. Now, when you take them to the open waters, how do you judge? How do you estimate? How do you determine that that person is fit enough to get into that open water?
Okay, first of all, they have to do a certain number of continuous swimming in the swimming pool. They have to qualify through several checks that we do. So you learn to swim with us. The first day you come, we make you dive. It's scary for so many people. They don't believe it. They think it's a joke. That's why I call it the Naija Guru Magic. Because I'm the swim guru, and I perform magic with the people when they come to the water with me. So we call it the Naija Guru Magic, and when people get in the water, they feel it. They're like, whoa. And the funny thing is that I don't just do it with able-bodied people. I do it with disabled people, too.
Excuse me?
Yes.
EMEKA?
So when you're an adult
Yes.
and you strongly desire to swim, the tendency is, and my success rate is 100%, that I will teach you to swim in one day. I don't make you good.
That same day.
No, it's not possible. Because first of all, we need to think that we have something that is called the implicit memory that needs to register the swimming ability that you've just acquired. And it takes several repetitions for your implicit memory to register it. So last year when I moved here in May, when I started, I was giving one class to people. But I found out that because of the Nigerian cruise system, the people, when they got one class, ran away because they thought they had it all.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that after you got that one class and you started swimming and you're diving and you're impressing yourself,
Yes.
if you go back the next day, it's not registered, so you would have already forgotten what you did the day before.
Okay.
So it takes at least a minimum of 3 classes, depending on the individual, for you to be able to have it in your implicit memory. And when you have it in your implicit memory, what happens is that now you can skip classes. If you don't go back to swimming in the next 10 years, you will still remember it anytime you reintroduce yourself back into the waters. Because it's the same thing as driving and cycling and all of the other sports, things like that we do that are registered in our implicit memory.
I love that, and I must doff my hat to you for letting us know that physical disadvantages cannot stop me from swimming. So wait a minute.
It's actually super good
No, wait a minute.
for you
Emeka.
as a disabled
So
person.
arthritis.
Ooh, if you have arthritis, you could get healed in the water. I could give you water therapy, and you could get healed in the water. There's so many diseases can be cured from swimming.
Are you an oracle? Are you a dibia?
No.
So how can you immerse somebody in the water and
But-
say you will give him a cure?
But we have to tell you that in Europe and America and developed countries, there's something that people do that is called water therapy.
Okay.
And it's something that is not very common in Nigeria, but we hope, with my organization,
Yes.
we hope to make it common. So, water therapy is the ability to get someone into the water that has either injury, or they're just surviving surgery, or they have all sorts of ailment, children with cerebral
Palsy.
palsy,
Yeah.
children that have all sorts of disabilities, like autistic children. If you just put them in the water, there's a way that the water is able to go right into their brains and minds and spirits and really rejuvenate them and make them new. It's amazing. It's something we cannot explain, but I think that this is the beauty of nature. God gives us herbs. He gives us
heal us.
all sorts of things to heal us, but we underestimate these powers. But some people know, but some people don't. And some people that know do not have access to people that can help them. So I had a girl in Abuja, and she wanted me to come because she had a kind of brain thing
Yeah.
that helps, that makes her really not mobility impaired, okay? But this kind of problem she has in so many other types. You could actually get people going with water therapy several times a week, and over a year, the people completely change and they become normal again.
Brilliant. Now, so whatever the health condition is, I don't know what parents who are watching, or even children who are watching, because we're on holiday right now. Yes, okay, so Emeka is saying there is a solution. There is a way out. So don't lose hope and don't become... but one thing again is this. Let's be very careful. When you say physical disabilities, okay, so asthmatic
We're talking
patient...
about-
Wait a minute.
Okay.
What would asthmatic patient, because we know that swimming, you need to have capacity to breathe properly. So can asthmatic patient also, you're laughing. You think,
I'm smiling because this is a beautiful one. If you have asthma and you go to swim in the sea with me, you do it continuously for a period of time, it could heal your asthma completely.
Emeka,
And we're talking about scientific studies and proven correct. Like, it's not a joke. So I have a situation that is called allergic rhinitis.
okay.
I got this when I was very young because of the pollution. So
Yes.
everybody think that climate change is happening because we are destroying the climate ourselves. So all the pollution hurts us, hurts our children, hurts our neighbors. You may not see it. The doctor will diagnose it as asthma, allergic rhinitis, lung problem. That's kiriko. But in reality, it is you smoking in front of that child that is killing your son. It is you starting your car and burning that generator.
Yes, close to the
So
house.
I'm a climate activist. I don't use generators.
So what do you use?
I have a solar fan. Very cheap. You can buy it. It's like, I think 60,000 naira. I have a solar fan because I'm not a big man with light and lighting, so I'm like, I don't care about the light.
We will come,
you know?
we will come to the bigness of the man, Emeka,
yeah.
but please continue.
So you can use a solar fan in place of generators. Some of these things that we do, they emit so much horrible gas emissions that destroy the climate, and they hurt our health, and they hurt everything about who we are as a people. Our health is involved. The air we breathe is involved. People just don't understand how bad it's getting. And these are the things that provoke all the natural disasters that we're going to be having. And I'll say it once again, 90% of all the natural disasters in the world are water related. So if you think you live in Lagos, that you have water all around
Yes.
you, or you think you live in Nigeria, that, oh, I'm in the north, we don't have water. Think again. So it's not about that you're close to the water or not. It's like it comes with the rains that are going to come, and they're going to come in tremendous amounts. They're going to come loads and loads of it because the weather is changing. And when the weather changes, things that are not supposed to happen begin to happen. Now we see in Harmattan, we have rain. This is a clear sign that Jesus or Muhammad is not going to save you, my dear people. He's not. We are the cause of our own problem. We don't care. We don't think that our child deserves better. We take that car and we're showing off that we are big people. I walk and people laugh at me. I take public transport because I'm a climate activist. I have a beautiful car parked in my mother's garage in Enugu, but that car stays there for as long as my mother doesn't come back from wherever she is and goes to get it. But I'm not going to get the car.
No, but Emmy, wait. Let's get, because now we need to appeal to a number of Nigerians. We are over 200 million people. Now,
we need to reduce the way we use cars.
Let's come back to swim one day. You said
swimming one day.
Now, wait.
Swim.
Yes. Swim
in one day.
No, but how can you train, how can you teach, how can you help somebody to actually swim and be a good swimmer in one day?
No, I didn't say good swimmer. We teach you to swim in one day, and I said it's impossible for your implicit memory after one day to register that you've done on that day. So it's possible to swim in one day, but it's not possible to become a good swimmer in one day.
But what you learn in one day, you can
continue afterwards. You do 3 classes minimum for it to register. Then you could become a good swimmer. And then in 6 classes, you could become very, very good with us.
Even at my age, for instance?
At your age, yes. We've done it already. So it's not about the age. It's possible for us to teach you from actually when you're born to swim. It's possible for us to do that, but we choose to start from the age of 6 months, especially because we're in Nigeria, and a lot of mothers are hesitant. They're like, oh, my baby, But I'm going to shock you. There's something that the white men called infant resource swimming that they are doing now, and they're commercializing it like it's a white man thing. It's not the white man thing. The Ijaws of Nigeria did it way back. And we call it juju. Don't be juju. The Jaws were just scientifically hyped. They knew what swimming was all about because they were living by the water.
Yeah.
And the way nature inspires us to do a lot of wonderful things, the Jaws had that implicit knowledge from God that told them for you to survive when you have your baby, your baby in water. And not just have your baby in water, throw that baby in the water as soon as they're born and keep throwing it until he starts swimming. Yeah. And the white man calls it infant resource swimming.
Now.
Yes, and they claim they made it. But they didn't make it because our ancestors already were doing it in Africa. So they say when a child is born, the child has a natural reflex. And that natural reflex is what makes it very easy for that child, because they've been in liquid, in water, inside their mommy's womb. You throw them in the water, and then naturally, they kind of turn around and respond like they would in their mother's womb. So, no be juju Ijaw people are doing. Ijaw people are just way too smart. And we must give them credit for it.
Yeah, that's what I just want to do.
Yes.
That was just thank the Jaws for letting us know that we have the capacity already inborn. Now, Emeka, again, I must.
Well, it's not inborn, by the way.
Well, okay, it's not inborn, whatever. In addition to the 3 degrees that you have, you just earned another degree on the program. Now, let's move on. Now, the important thing here that I'm a little bit worried about, though, is this. So how can we get this onto the street level? Because it's pleasant, you and I can reasonably understand this, talk about it, reflect over it, and digest it and accept it that, okay, yes, this can be done. Yeah. But taking it onto the street level, how do you think we can get Nigerians to buy into the story that you're giving us?
Okay, so the story that I'm giving you is, in Igbo, we call it afonanyekwe. I believe in, when you see, you will believe. The more you look, the less you see, is what they say normally. But now, it's seeing is believing that we have to say.
But once you can see, you don't need to believe anymore.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. If I show you that I could actually get
Do
you
it,
to do
yes.
it, then you have no choice but to believe me. Because at first you're doubting.
Yes, yes.
And then after you've doubted, then we show you. So on the street level, a lot of people do not even believe that swimming is anything that could be good for them. So what we want to do, because Swimming One Day is not just an organization, it's a very special organization that we're building. What we're building is a charity that is supposed to give it to the poor and to the disabled for free. This amazing skill that we have. But apart from teaching these people for free, we are not just a charity, we are a movement.
Okay.
So that makes this charity organization or this organization special. We are also a campaign.
Building consciousness.
Yes, so we are going to be on the streets as soon as we start building the team. We are going to be on the street as soon as a lot of young people out there watching us start applying to come and work with us. Because I tried last year to hire people, but people were not motivated by passion. So now I'm going to appeal to you guys at home. If you have passion about swimming and you have passion about helping the poor and helping disabled people, please try to find us at Swimming One Day. On your social media, apply. Instagram is very big for us, okay? Apply, we just started not very long ago. Apply and we could give you a job. Even if you don't know how to swim and you're just loving the idea of swimming, come to us. We will teach you in a matter of 3 to 6 months. And you'll not just become a good swimmer, but you'll become a pro and you'll be able to teach other people.
Great. I love that.
Yes.
Passing on the knowledge. That is, they can become teachers.
I have 3 university degrees, and I've been a business trainer and so many things, training people. So for me to train people is very easy.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Now, let's come back to something that you mentioned about physical challenges. Now, we have mentioned those who are probably going through some kind of, maybe motion problem, so mobility, maybe you have arthritis, you have this, you have that. But how about the extreme cases? You mentioned somebody, for instance, who has a brain injury. You can help the person to recover. How about somebody who's blind? Can you get somebody who's blind to swim in the sea, open waters, where there are no guardrails? How are you going to manage that?
Well, one of my specialties, I would say, is that I have a very special thing for blind people from childhood when I was growing up. My mother would usually bring me to the Cheshire home and dump me there. And then she would go to the market and come back and get me. So
The School of the Blind.
No, the Cheshire home is like a home in the olden days that you would have disabled children in general. And there were all sorts of kids in there. So I would play with them. But that kind of gave me an affiliation with them from very young. And I've always kind of had a thing for them. So I had a lot of friends in Europe that were blind, and I hung out with them. We did everything like normal people. So part of the mission of my Swimming One Day project is that we're fighting for disability awareness and inclusion in the society, because coming from where I lived, I could go to the nightclub, to the disco with my blind friends or my crippled friends, and it was cool. In Nigeria, people look at you like, huh? Like, what are you doing? That man is not supposed to go in the disco. They are normal. They are amazing. They have everything normal. Yes, they're missing an eye or two. They don't see very well. They don't have 2 legs, or they have nothing. But they are normal. They don't want you to treat them like that. You need to treat them like normal people, because they are normal. They think when they hungry, they hungry them too. So it's not about being selfish now. It's about understanding that disabled people in Nigeria and in Africa need a break.
All right, okay, again, we also need a break for Emeka so that he can take some water. He's been here for a while. Actually, he virtually or nearly swam across the ocean to come onto this program. Maybe one of these days, any of you who can answer one or two questions, or you can get to talk to Emeka on time, we are going to give you a chance to swim across the Lagos Lagoon. If you know you can do it, then maybe stay with us. When we come back from that break, then you can ask a question, and if your question is entertaining enough, then you have won a prize. Stay with us.
We must dilate the eyes. We look for if they have cataract, look at the back of their eyes. They have glaucoma. You know, we do a full workup for them.
You will remember
a lot of our government should actually open their eyes, especially southwest of the state.
We're going to be looking deeper than we ever looked in before to ensure that we close all the loopholes.
It manifests as physical support. And
every edition is an arresting conversation with distinguished Nigerians from various strata of the society, bearing their minds on how we can realize the Nigeria of our dreams. Join us live on Close Flow, Monday, every week here on NTA2 Lagos Network Center. Close Flow. The conversation is about you.
All right, for staying with us when we went on that break, what I want to quickly announce is that I'm going to give you the numbers where you can reach us very quickly. As I promised, Emeka is willing to give out some, free swimming lessons. Even if you're blind, don't think that you don't qualify. As a matter of fact, the fact that you are blind makes you the #1 qualifier. Okay, so Emeka is willing to give free swimming lessons to you if you're blind or if you are physically challenged in any way or the other. He is saying that you are no, okay, let him say it himself, because by saying it on his behalf, he has to pay me. So let him say it himself.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say that there is absolutely nothing free in the world. Somebody's paying for it. So, for instance, I had a blind, visually impaired person, okay? We like to say blind in Nigeria because a lot of Nigerians don't understand the term visually impaired. So, I always say visually impaired, and I qualify it, and I say to the people that it is a blind person. So, my mother paid the scholarship for the girl that you just saw on your screen. She is one of my biggest supporters. Okay, that's the first few stages that she has to undergo before she starts swimming.
Wow.
Okay, so that was her trying to lay in the water.
Wait, Emeka, wait, is she blind? You mean
she's completely blind, 100%. And I'm lucky because I have to tell this story, okay? I went back to Barcelona to pick up the rest of my stuff in November, and I applied to learn how to build a Paralympic team for the visually impaired especially, but for disabilities in general, because I've never been a professional swimmer. I am an endurance swimmer, and that means that I could spend up to 5 hours in the sea. But I haven't swum competitively, so I had to go to this school and apply. I applied to the people, and in less than 3 hours, one of the bests in the field that has won 3 gold medals in the Paralympics, he basically called me after 3 hours of writing on WhatsApp, and he said, "Oh my God, congratulations!" He's white, he's Spanish, he doesn't have anything to do with Africa. He said, "I saw your Instagram page. Please, let's have a meeting tomorrow." We had a meeting the next day, and he's a celebrity, he's a superstar. He was so humble. He took me, and he taught me everything I know today about building a Paralympic team. So yes, we are ready. The Swim in One Day organization, this project is here to stay, and we are ready to start taking in parents that have children that are visually impaired. We are ready to start taking your children in. So if you have a child that you've been locking up, no more. You don't need to lock them up. They could be superstars in the making. Because what we're going to do is to develop their talents and work with them for as long as it takes. So we're going to prepare a team that we're going to nurture the way it should be done, because with my experience, I'm ready for it. So we need to get these people out of the shadows and into the light so that they could start doing something worthwhile. We're going to build the first autistic spectrum disorder group of young people. We start young. I mean, if they're
So
older, you
grow.
can bring them too. But if you're a parent and you have an autistic child, you could bring them along, and we will also start getting them ready. And we have also something for mobility impaired amputees, and we're going to start getting them at a very young age.
Okay, we'll come. He has a lot to say, but before he says too many things so that you don't lose the conversation, the trend of the conversation, let me quickly give you the numbers. For your SMS, just in case you don't have data, try and send us some messages on 080-6350-8434, 080-6350-8434. Just short messages, okay, quickly. Now, if you have data, then you can WhatsApp us. Maybe you can even WhatsApp us a picture of what you're going through. Maybe you're blind, or like it says, you're physically impaired in one way or the other. So reach us on 080-2038-4130. 080-2038-4130. That's our WhatsApp number. So that EMEKA can actually get and lock up with what he's trying to do here. Now, but yes, okay, swim. He says swim guru. He doesn't want this EMEKA business. It's either swim guru or swim baba. Okay, all right, wait. Now let's get back onto the street. Now, something again that occurs to me is this. Now you're saying physically impaired or physically challenged or the visually impaired and all that. Now, when they come, so what happens? Who take control? Who is going to be managing, the relationship between you or the trainers you're going to train and these new beneficiaries you're putting on?
Okay, so you call them beneficiaries? That's a very good word, because all of them get a scholarship from me. So the organization is mine. We don't have any foreign sponsors. I have been taking care of them since I came here in May. But the idea is that we're going to grow and build.
You give them scholarships?
Yes, they get the scholarships. So they get the scholarships from me or from my mom, who has given quite a big amount of money to support what I'm doing. We're new. We're like from May last year.
Yes.
And from May till November, I was basically learning how things work here. So I wasn't ready to start. But this year we are starting because I've learned enough to start. So the idea is
Sim Guru,
yes.
You're not discouraged by the fact that Nigerians are, they are more tempted to look for quick returns.
Oh no, the idea is that we're going to create wealth. We're giving out jobs, we're going to train people, we're going to have like a chain. We're going to organize everything in such a way that the money we get in from training rich big men like you, we would use it to give scholarships to the poor. How about that?
So you broaden the chin value.
Of course. The idea of swimming one day is that everybody has to learn how to swim now more than ever. And I'm emphasizing now more than ever because perhaps you're going to laugh at me, but our reality in the world is that climate change is real. And the 3 missions of the Swimming One Day organization is, first, to teach you at the fastest rate possible. I have the gift already. And the idea is to build an army and pass on my gifts to this army. We have to teach you as fast as possible because time waits for no one. Accidents and disasters don't send you an alert before they happen. We could have a weather forecast that says that there's going to be a typhoon or a tsunami in 3 days. And today, it will happen. We had it today, that it will be in 3 days. And it happens today. When it happens, you're not ready as a rich man. You will not be able to take your helicopter and fly away. But if you're lucky, you fly away after 3 days and it happens 2 weeks later. But you're away already. But how about the poor? How about the disabled? these are the vulnerables of our society. And what the Swimming One Day Project is here to do is basically to take care of the vulnerables with your money. So don't be stingy now.
Okay, all right. He has included me. He has added me to that group.
As a big
so,
man.
Yes, it says what you are watching. Yes, okay, good. So please let us have your number. Better call EMEKA right now so we can be part of this value chain. This is Tommy. Tommy from Sulere says, can an autistic person swim and at what age? Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy from Sulere.
Okay, so Tommy from Sulere, I have to tell you this. This is very exciting, okay? First of all, the vision of the Swimming One Day Project is that we teach you to think about these people as normal, as much as they are not normal. So when I tell you that a child could start swimming at the age of 6 months, an autistic child could also start swimming at the age of 6 months. They are not different from any other child. You just need to understand their problem, which I have done from passion and love for disabled people from a very young age. I've always played with them, and I see them like my regular. So for instance, the girl yesterday was very stubborn. She was like, no, I give up, I don't want to swim anymore. I said, Madam, my mom is paying your scholarship. So I am protecting my mommy's money. You must swim today by hook. I said, if you step out of here,
no more scholarship.
No more scholarship.
Okay, wait a minute. 1 second. Shemun from Abanikoro says, okay, can a plus size person swim?
Of course. When you are plus size, this is the best spare tire. The tube, the natural tube that God has given you. You will float in a second and stay above water and enjoy it like forever. No, plus size people are the best for swimming. I can make you float on your back, on your stomach, and every side in 2 seconds. You don't even have to learn how to swim. Just float.
All right.
So plus size can also lose weight pretty fast. When you go to the gym, what happens to you when you go to the gym? You're sweating and you're feeling it. Disgusting. I don't even like it myself. So if you think I'm gymming, forget it. I don't gym. I swim. And because I haven't been swimming, I'm not looking very good. If I start swimming, you think that I go to the gym and I spend 5 hours every day. So if you're a plus size person, you could actually contract a swim coach, or if you want the swim guru, but my charges are big.
Yes.
If you are not disabled or poor. But anyways, the idea is that a plus size person can lose weight pretty fast because when you work out inside the swimming pool, it refreshes you. You don't even realize you're working out.
We have many questions.
Yeah.
Soon, Guru, we have many questions, please.
Slim down very fast.
Yes,
if you want
plus
that.
size.
Yes.
Please. We have several questions here.
All right.
Okay, Ayo wanted to know at what age. You already said 6 months, but okay, you have a terminal age. So my mom, for instance.
We don't have a terminal age.
Wait. My mom is 103. Can she swim?
We don't have a terminal age. I say 6 months till 90 years because I can imagine that after 90 years, the people are so cranky that they're not able to move anymore. And some people at 70 are already cranky.
Yeah.
As long as you're able to move and you want it, yes, at whatever age you are.
So you can start from 6 months. That's what you're saying.
You can start from 6 months and you could be 103 and in very good shape and strong enough to do the activity. Then we will take you on.
Ayo from Agboro, I hope you hear that. So if it's mom that you're looking at or your daughter or your son, please come and talk to Sunguru.
Actually, for the old people, when you're old, this is the best thing because your brain cells are dying very fast and it really rejuvenates you. It's anti-aging. Swimming really reduces your age. When I stand with my age mates, nobody knows that I'm their age mate. Nobody. And then look at my skin. It makes your skin supple. You look younger. And people will actually never be able to guess your age. You keep your age keeps going lower and your looks become better. You look sexier. And all the things you want with artificial surgeries and all those cosmetic surgery, you can get it from swimming.
Okay, all right. Let's leave the sexy out of it. Don't mind swim guru. Let's now go to who. This is. I think we have. I can't get his name correctly. It's from Mushin. How much does it cost to register for these 3 classes you talked about?
Well, I talked about 3 classes, but we have so many different classes. We have for disabled people and we have for able people. We do not have a specific offer. We have several offers for different people. So I will basically tell you that if you are earning a lot of money, you will pay the regular price, but there are several offers depending on how many classes you want, depending on how many people you're coming with. And apart from that, if you are disabled, you don't have to pay anything. But if your parents are wealthy, they can make a donation. Okay? Then, apart from that, if you are a low-income earner, you have to have proof you're also going to get it very free.
Great. Okay,
you do not have to pay for it.
I love that. That's all-inclusive. I love that. So
it's a wide range of offers, which most of them are really donations, because you need to think about it. If you have 3 university degrees that are international, like I do, my cost is super expensive if I would work in Europe. But no, I make it affordable for everyone. I have 3 university degrees, I have a lot of experience, and my magic is real. So if I could do this magic with you and nobody else can, then the cost is supposed to be super high, but we don't do that. Because the dream is that because of climate change and what's happening in our age and time, we need you to swim fast.
Okay, great.
It's an emergency that we are living.
That's what I want to come to. So now you're talking about this, that we need to also learn survival swimming, because that's what you're talking about here now. So there's an emergency. Yes. Then, of course, so how about safety? So they're learning how to swim. But when there is threats, when there is, for instance, flooding, remember there was a flood here in the country recently, and quite a number of people actually lost their lives, you know. So how about safety? So you have learned how to survive. How do you deal with dangers that will not come?
So that's what I said earlier. I said that our mission is to start making people understand, in some organizations and some groups and some and the government, they talk about it, and the Aquatic Federation of Nigeria, they talk about it. But I just think that they don't talk about it enough. So that's what my organization is here to do. We need to scream. Water safety, survival swimming, learn it now, or it will be too late. And you don't want to wait till it's too late. So I was saying the mission of my organization, the first mission is to teach you at the fastest rate possible and make you aware of the importance of learning now. You don't have to postpone it for tomorrow. There are so many swimming coaches, amazing ones in Nigeria. Go to them. You don't have to come to me. I am not here for the money. I'm here for the work. If I want to make money with my 3 degrees and my company that I have in Europe, I would stay back in Europe and I'll make a whole load of money. But it's not about that. Once you're learning and you are surviving, I'm good. So that's the first mission of my organization. And I feel that I'm called to be the herald of climate change and preparedness for its consequences in Africa. That's why this organization, Swimming One Day, is not just for Nigeria. It's for all of Africa. But we start in Nigeria because I'm Nigerian. I'm
back home. Okay, all right. Okay, no.
Getting people prepared is very important
swim
for the climate.
Before we go back to Enugu, let's first stay in Lagos. Okay, let's first stay in Lagos. Now the challenge relay is this. I like what you have just done. But again, Lagos, even Niger Delta, Enugu and all that area, we don't you think that we are susceptible to what you are warning us about? If there is a sudden climate change, for instance, and the sea levels, skyrocket or begin to pump up. So what happened to all those communities, all those coastal communities? How do we deal with this?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Preparedness for climate change is one of the most important things that we are supposed to be doing as a nation. But everybody talks about prevention of drowning, but nobody really talks about the real prevention. I'm shocked every time I look at all of the plans that the people have, and they don't realize that there's no way to prevent drowning apart from teaching people how to swim fast. In Europe and America, in developed countries, swimming is obligatory. You must learn it in school, in primary and secondary. Why can we not have it here? So part of what my organization wants to do is that I know that the Nigerian government is stubborn. I know that people before me have tried to make swimming something that is compulsory in Nigeria, and they've said no. So as soon as we're able to create the kind of wealth that we could create by doing what we do, because we could do great charity events, to be able to build enough money to build our first swimming academy and things like that, we will say to the government, okay, you don't have to spend on it. Let swimming one day take care of the expenses. We will send you people to the public schools, but all what we want you to do is to tell them that 2 weeks out of 1 year, they can do swimming obligatory for all the public schools. If the government does that, I tell you that I know for a fact that with 6 to 8 classes, your children will learn enough in 1 year, and by the second year, they will learn enough, definitely, to be able to survive whatever comes.
Great. We have a viewer online. I think, okay, it says, my dad is 60 years old, is big and diabetic. Is it advisable for him to swim?
Tola Ilukbeju.
Yes.
You have to get your dad swimming. Yes. Your dad is diabetic. It's really going to help him a lot. But you need to bring him to someone that knows a lot about his situation to be able to handle it. So he's diabetic, he's fat, it doesn't matter. He has to, because swimming heals type 2 diabetes a lot. Like it helps them a lot. So what we're trying to tell you is that the problem in Nigeria is that a lot of swimming coaches, some of them don't even have secondary school, and they don't have primary. But I'm privileged. I've met a lot of them. Okay, that's me pushing the girl. Yes. That's the blind girl. She wanted me to push her to give her courage to swim. And she did it. But then, after she did this, the next video you're going to see is from me cheering her on and getting the people to clap for her, and it boosted her morale. And because of that, she was able to jump in on her own, and she did better than what you saw over there.
Okay. I know many viewers, you would like to jump in the pool now. I know. I can see because of the responses we're getting. Now, Maurice, you will finish. Maurice is also, you need to just quickly add this information.
Okay.
How can you be reached? We need to know your site.
Okay.
So that just quickly give it to everybody who's watching now.
So, basically, let me finish with the diabetes.
Yes.
Diabetes is something you can control with your diet, and you need knowledgeable people to handle whoever it is that is not feeling good, that has diabetes. And for swimming, if you have a knowledgeable coach, they can handle everything. You just need to make sure that you have the right questions. So if you're not in Lagos, you can reach me, and I will tell you the right questions to ask your coach. If your coach is not knowledgeable, don't work with them, because that's disaster. I found out that so many coaches are even afraid of the sea themselves, while I am spending 5 hours at sea. And I'm thinking, how could you say you want to be a coach if you're afraid of the water yourself? Some of them have told me that their mommy in the village told them that when they come to Lagos, they shouldn't go to the sea. There is mommy water there. There is no mommy water in the sea, because if there was mommy water in the sea, I have swum all the seas in the world. And basically, she would have shown herself to me, so she doesn't exist. Sorry, what was that question?
Okay, he says now, how would you be reached on
how I'm
social
supposed
media?
to
Social media.
Can the camera zoom in?
No, camera cannot zoom in, but
Okay.
so swim in one day.
It's swim in one day.
Yes.
Swim, as in S-W-I-M.
Yes. In.
Space.
Yes.
I-N. Space, number 1.
Yes.
Not O-N-E 1, but number 1. Space, D-A-Y. So swimming one day is what you type, and you will see this logo. And this logo is on Instagram, and this logo is
Facebook.
2 Instagrams, and we have Facebook.
Okay.
But
Twitter.
on Facebook, we have it as a page and as a profile. So if you type this on Facebook, you will still see us.
As a page.
As a page.
Okay.
And
About
then we
Twitter.
don't have Twitter, but we have YouTube. But on YouTube, you see us as Life Coach Swim Guru. Life Coach, as in Life, C-O-H-A-C-H. And Space Swim Guru. So I am a swim guru, so it's Life Coach Swim Guru. That's what I was able to get. Then we also have TikTok. And on TikTok, We have it as Swimming One Day. If you type, maybe you'll see it, but it's Life Coach also space or _ Swim Guru.
Okay, before we go to Amazon, because that's what it's going to mention next. Okay, all right. Thank you very
All
much,
right.
Swim Guru.
It's been
nice having you on the show.
Okay.
I know that we spent 1 hour, but that 1 hour is like 30 minutes. So
Yes.
we'll probably have to get you back again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for coming
All
on the
right.
show.
It's
And
been
for
a
our
pleasure.
viewers, my producer says if I keep Swim Guru here, that means we have to go to Enugu and come back before we can take the next program. But all right, so what we'll say to you, it's never over on Close Flow. Go to all our social media handles, just like he said to you, see how to follow up on him and ask him all the questions you need to ask him, or supply all the information you want to supply him and say how he's going to help you. Next time you're going to see me, you go see me in the waters with him.
Yes,
So until
we're
next
going
week.
with the cameras.
Yes, all right.
We
Okay.
have to go to with the cameras so
Yes.
they all see you make
Yeah.
a fool of yourself.
So until next time, it's bye from us.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, man.